Well, hello there, brothers and sisters of WoT Blitz universe. You're watching WoT Blitz Addict again. Welcome back to the channel. And we did it, guys. We did it. We finally broke the 500 subs barrier, and I'm really glad we did it. Thank you all for all your support. The Easter 500 sub special video was released today in the morning, and I decided, you know what, I have some time since it's Easter, so I will make the review of the Pz.Kpfw II, the little tanky you can see over here. And like I told you in my last video, I played this tanks sometime just to make a review because it's interesting tank. It's a light tank. It's a German tier 3 light tank, and it's quite fascinating because this is not what you expect from a light tank. It's totally opposite. That's why I told you in my last video, in my ace in this tank, that this tank is really awkward. But I will tell you more in the armor inspector part, so let's just move on with the video so we can make it a bit shorter. As you can see, there's not much you can choose from, so we're basically gonna take everything because it doesn't really matter in this tank. I'm loading, as you can see, I'm loading a lot of AP and even more APCR just because this tank has poor penetration values. When you look at the penetration, it really sucks, even though it was buffed. And we're going with the calibrated shells because this tank needs to have some of this boost when you're facing tier 4. Also, enhanced gun laying drive, we're going with the vertical stabilizer. Refined gun isn't needed because the dispersion is really good for, especially for a tier 3 tank. Defense system, we're going for the enhanced armor. I will tell you why in a second. And for the toolbox, definitely optics. You can get more stealthy using camouflage net, but you're a light tank, you're supposed to spot, so I'm going for the optics. You can go with both options, both will work. Engine accelerator, for me, the traverse speed, as you can see, is very poor, especially for a light tank, but I'm going with accelerator because the tank is so darn slow. High-end consumables, because only thing we have basically is the booster, the speed boost, and it helps a bit, so I'm trying to use it to the top of performance. Okay, so as you can see, the Germans made a lot of these tanks, a lot of the versions of these tanks. You have Pz.Kpfw 3, I'll say, Ausf G, it's Pz.Kpfw II, and Ausf J, the one that we are talking about today. So let's just go, maybe switch to its counterpart, the part where the Pz.Kpfw II is. Okay, so when you look at the tank, it's a light tank, of course, so that's the Pz.Kpfw II from our perspective. Recently, like I told you, or I haven't told you, I can't remember right now, this tank finally got penetration buff. Even though it's poor, then still you have an advantage because, of course, as you can see, this tank isn't that easy to pen, but still you can pen the front, you can pen the turret, you can pen the bottom plate, and especially with APCR, yeah, that's not a problem to chew through this tank's armor. But the thing is, when you switch back and we look at the tank we're gonna play, which is the Pz.Kpfw II, now that's a lot of armor, and that's the great thing about the tank. That's where the tank excels. You can see there's not much you can pen. I mean, those here, those visors for the crewmen, I think, are pennable. Cupola, of course, and these tiny spots on the turret. You can side scrape, you can really do really well. You have 10 degrees of gun depression, so if you side scrape like this, of course you can get panned here, but it's not that common that someone will actually hit those spots. And if you want to, you can just try to side scrape a bit less, so you won't make those hatches so easily pennable. But even if you won't side scrape, I mean, frontally this tank is a beast, especially when you're using hold down. So when you have this tiny gun aiming at you like this, and you're staying hold down, showing only your turret, I mean, yeah, there's slight chance that enemy is gonna hit this cupola, and even with a PCR, as you can see, now the situation is kind of different. So you should be aware, but still the turret can, the mantlet, the front, I don't know how to call it because the mantlet is just tiny here and it's fully bendable, but still front of the turret can bounce some shells, and that's great. If we're gonna switch to some tank destroyers, which was like very often seen, yeah, the one from France, because it was in the, it is still in the event. So we have this little tiny tank destroyer. As you can see, it's really nothing to, not a problem to overmatch the armor. Of course, you can side scrape a bit, so you can get some side bounces from time to time. It's possible, of course. It's worth trying every time to side scrape a bit, even just to angle as soon as you see the enemy will try to shoot you, so you can get some bounces on this side. But no matter which ammo this TD will load, yeah, you are literally paper. So you need to be aware which tanks can you face frontally and bounce shells, which are not really worth it, because you will get panned. I mean, there's no way you're gonna bounce any shells if the guy loads Pramo. But you should remember it's a tier 3, so basically not a lot of players use premium ammunition, of course, excluding steel clubbers, of course, because those guys know what they're doing and they do it on purpose. So yeah, they're gonna probably even, I guess, probably even some go full Pramo just to get this win rate up, which is just crazy. Because no matter what, the numbers won't give you skill, and I was telling that every single time, and in many of my videos, you can watch them, the tank chats or blitz chats. It's called blitz chat. So you can check there. I'm talking about win rates. I'm talking about many different things. That's basically my vlog kind of. So you can check some replays and hear me talking about different things. But not to get too long video for this, let's skip and go for the replay so I can show you how this tank works in practice. So we're gonna watch two games. So this one is an ace, the other one will be the first class, but I wanted to show you both because we met a lot of tank destroyers in the second one. Of course, we are bottom tier in this game, and that's very important because like you've seen in the armor inspector, the armor won't stand that much against tier 4 opponents. So also same with the penetration. That's why I loaded so much, and I'm always loading so much APCR, just because in a situation where you are bottom tier, you will struggle to penetrate, and this guy will, well, he didn't did the best part, I would say, but well, we're gonna do some mistakes also, some mistakes, like here, we just deleted almost all of our hit points, so that means, and it's like less than a minute in the battle. That sucks. And now we're gonna have to be careful to carry this game, especially that we are bottom tier and they can rip us apart real quick. So we're gonna bait this guy out. Hopefully our team will manage to do some damage. Unfortunately, like you see, it's not perfectly well, but thankfully this guy missed me, and now he's basically dead, which is really great from my perspective. The thing that I told you about this tank, the reload is perfectly well. As you can see, you can have a kind of a clipper. It's similar to the one on the, I would say, on the Lux, on the Leopard, the tier 5 Leopard, and the reload is so quick. So you have like 8 shells from this 20mm gun, and the reload is 5.5 seconds. That means those guys are really struggling. They don't expect this. That's the great thing. They don't expect me to reload so fast. And here we're gonna use the gun depression. Like I told you, we are staying hold down, showing only our turret for the enemies, because those hutzers at the back really can kill me in one shot. So I have to be really careful. I don't want to poke too much. Our team was kind of losing. Now we are quite even in terms of tanks. I know those headsets are sitting in the back. As you can see, there's 2 TDs on my back, and there was the Panzer III. Thankfully, he's gone now. So now we need to reset our camo and hope and pray for the best that our TDs will move, because I'm a one-shot. I can try to spot, and I will do it. Like I told you, I'm using the speed booster because the speed is really poor on this tank. And when you look at the performance of a tank, so how much armor does it have and how slow it is, I would never ever tell that that's a light tank. But you are profiting from this because as a light tank, you have better camo, you have on the move, you have better camo when you sit. So that's great because you can use it to your own advantage. As you can see, those 2 headsets are still there probably. Thankfully, my amigo in the EU 57 decided to cooperate with me when I said to move. And I said to him, all I will say in a second, just cap the base. Yeah, cap the base, exactly. That means he will cap the base and kind of persuade those headsets to move out from the camping positions where they were sitting all battle, and they need to push, otherwise they will lose. We have SU at the back. As you can see, he's a one-shot, he's not doing anything there, so we can't expect anything from here and from him, sorry. And now we're gonna see that the tree will fall while yeah, now. And I think I skipped this fact because I was aiming kind of wrongly, not perfectly, where I was expecting this headset to show. But I will be able to do some damage, not all pants, but fair enough. I'm a bottom tier tank, and now I need to be careful because I have one headset in the front. As you can see, I'm trying to bait the shot from him so he can hit the rock, and he will do it, which is great. Yeah, right now. And there's another headset sitting somewhere, I don't know where, and I don't want to poke because if I poke, I will be dead, and I'm not sure if our TD will manage to deal with both those headsets. Unfortunately, I didn't know this. I can't penetrate this house. I was pretty sure I can, but well, as you can see, I can't, which sucks because I could deal at least 100 damage more for that headset to help my amigo. But yeah, he's quite skilled player. As you can see, he dealt with the headset, which is great. And now this headset needs to push because we still have time to cap. So I will try to chase him down, and now that sucks. I mean, the speed sucks so much. Even the headset can overrun me. Headset is pretty dang fast tank, even though it's a TD. So I will try to get some shots and get back. Thankfully, I was able to survive. My amigo received the shot, and I decided, yeah, you know what? Let me try to bait him. Unfortunately, he went for my amigo in the TD to take him down. But as I told you, he's a skilled player, and fair play to him. Without him, we wouldn't be able to win this game. So that's the first game. Ace tanker, 2 kills, almost 1000 damage. Not such spectacular as the last ace, but I think that one was more fun, and we were bottom tier and we still did top damage. And this game, the second one is I think we are top tier here. Yeah, basically we are top tier, and I've played a lot on this map. This map is so popular. Mines and this map on lower tiers. I just constantly keep playing and playing and playing those maps. I think Wargaming decided to rework this map exactly, and I think Mines also, or they want to delete these maps. I need to double check that, and I will make a news video because there are a few more things coming into Blitz, which are interesting, I would say, and worth mentioning. So I will try to do it as soon as possible, maybe in a couple of days. But for now, let's focus on this tank because I don't want to. I just keep on talking about many different things in my videos, and I need to quit this matter because let's focus on this tank. So as you can see, we are top tier. That means our armor will work, not against tank destroyers, but against all those lights, mediums, even heavies if they show up somewhere. This tank can work, but only frontally. Try to avoid showing sides and try to avoid showing your back. Show only your front, otherwise you won't be able to bounce anything. And now I will show you some funny thing. Like I told you, when you stay hold down, when you just show the front of your turret, most of the players are shooting AP. So look at this, we have this TD. Like I told you, he can pen me, except this turret. I mean, he can pen the turret, but at least you have some kind of armor. And oh, hello drills. Yeah, I forgot that this happened, but yeah, that doesn't change much. So as you can see, when you stay hold down, that's not easy for those guys to be able to pen you. And we are still full HP. That means we can try. We are losing, of course. Our team is losing, as you can see, and it's losing quite hard. So now we need to do something, otherwise we won't be able to win this game. And now I need to push. I have no other option. I need to push. I'm reloading, as you can see, because the reload is short and I can reload before I will poke here. And the gun traverse, as you can see, it's not great. And I showed side, but that doesn't matter. This tank can pen me everywhere. And now he makes a mistake, and we're gonna take this mistake to our advantage. Suddenly the situation is changing. It's 4 against 3, which is good. And we have 2 of those Pz.Kpfw and T15 at the back. Now I think I won't be able to deal damage to this T15, or maybe I will be. I can't remember. But yeah, this guy's dead. There's one more TD next to me, and there's a guy in the back, and I really want this T15 to get some shot at least to bring him a bit more down on hit points. And this EU now just sits doing nothing. I have no idea. I'm not scared of this T15. He can't really penetrate me. There's little to no chance that he will penetrate me. And now he rushes again. He doesn't know how fast I will reload. The ram also, you can ram with this tank. I forgot to tell you. Yeah, the ramming capabilities of this tank are great. And suddenly it's a win. So that's great. So we did only 700 damage, get Confederate medal, get 1 kill, and fair play to our UE57. He did a great job. And that's basically all for this episode, boys and girls. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. If you like my content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you want to talk with me or the other guys, you can join my Discord. The link is in the description below, same as my Facebook profile. Take care, bye bye, and catch you all on the battlefield.